Speaking Task 1. You will have 15 seconds to prepare a response, and 45 seconds to speak.
Would you prefer to live in the mountains, or near the ocean? Why? Include specific reasons and details to support your answer.
Begin to prepare your response, after the beep. Please begin speaking, after the beep.
Speaking Task 2. You will have 45 seconds to read an announcement about a university's increased student activities fee. Then, listen to a conversation between two speakers discussing the announcement. After the conversation, you are then given 30 seconds to prepare a response and 60 seconds to speak. Begin reading now. Now, listen to two students as they discuss about the announcement.
Can you believe they raised the student activities fee by $25? There's no way I'm paying that.
No one likes paying extra fees, but it's not as if we don't benefit from it. You see, it funds so many things that we all use.
But I don't use any of those things. I commute, and I definitely don't stick around any longer than I have to.
But you read the student newspaper and go to the events, right?
Well, I do read the paper, but I've got no interest in the spring fling or anything else. I'm only here at the university to learn. I can socialize on my own terms.
Okay, but it's only $25 more than last year. Considering tuition is $8,000 a year, I don't think it's much to ask.
You're missing the point. I don't have any financial aid, and you know I work to put myself through college. That $25 represents another 3 or 4 hours I have to work. And for what?
I suppose you're free to do what you want, but I think everyone should chip in. It's only fair.
The man expresses his opinion about the increased fee. Explain his opinion, and the reasons he gives for holding it.
Begin to prepare your response, after the beep. Please begin speaking, after the beep.
Speaking Task 3. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage about color perceptions. Then, listen to a lecture about the same topic. After the lecture, you will have 30 seconds to prepare a response, and 60 seconds to speak. Begin reading now. Now, listen to a lecture related to the passage you just read.
Color psychology isn't just for psychologists. Regular people use color all the time to portray or influence particular moods. Colors can be separated into two types: warm colors and cool colors. Based on how they influence people, I'll give you a few examples of how they're used to achieve desired effects. Warm colors, like pinks and oranges, induce feelings of comfort. Now, in some countries, school sports teams paint certain locker rooms pink. Do you know why? Well, many sports teams paint their opponents' locker rooms pink in hopes that it will be so comforting that it will cause the opposing players to lose energy. After all, you don't want to be comforted before an important game. You should be excited and ready for action if you're going to play well. Hence, this is a good example of how color is used to manipulate others. Now, since cool colors make people feel confident, blue is a common clothing color for people like policemen and others in positions of authority. It's a color that's considered to be powerful without seeming menacing. It's no coincidence that blue suits are a popular choice to wear to job interviews. And actually, fashion consultants recommend wearing blue to interviews or new jobs because it serves as an outward display of confidence.
The professor describes two types of colors. Explain what these are, and how they are used to affect mood.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Speaking Task 4. Listen to a lecture in an economics class. The professor is discussing about the labor theory of value. After the lecture, you will have 20 seconds to prepare a response and 60 seconds to speak.
Listen to a lecture in an economics class.
How much do you value a new pair of sneakers? Are they worth $50 to you? $150? It probably depends on the brand name and the quality of the shoes, right? These are just a couple of factors that determine value in modern mainstream economics. But, in studying current theory, we must make sure that we understand some foundational concepts. Adam Smith talked about something called the labor theory of value. Rather than allowing market forces to determine the value or cost of a product, the amount of labor involved in the production process should instead be the deciding factor. To give you an idea of what this means, imagine that a car takes 3 times longer to produce than a motorcycle. Then, the prices of cars will always be triple the prices of motorcycles. Now, Smith saw this as a fine model for primitive societies, but saw capitalist influences, such as the sale of stock, taking its place as a society advances. Karl Marx, on the other hand, believed the labor theory to be superior to capitalist theories of value. He argued that labor theory could explain the value of all commodities, including the value of a worker's labor, which he sells to a factory, for example. This is where we got the term labor power today. Capitalists, Marx argued, did not pay workers a fair wage for their labor power. This is where he supposed profits came from, the exploitation of workers. If workers were paid the true value of their labor, then profits would be impossible. That's according to Marx, at least.
Using points and examples from the lecture, explain the labor theory of value.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Please begin speaking after the beep.